Hi, it's that Tuesday before Lent. Ash Wednesday is tomorrow. Comes every year, doesn't it? It's that time that we set aside to clear our minds, to clear our hearts, to make certain we make room for God. You know, it's what we are replicating as best we can is Christ's time in the desert. Those 40 days he spent right after his baptism to draw closer to his Father. And what he did was he shunned everything, to clear everything out of his physical body so that he was more attuned to his spiritual relationship with his Father, so that he could draw closer because his ministry was coming. The difficulty, the storms, the pain, everything was coming. So he needed to draw closer to his Father. He needed his relationship mended and healed to know this is it. This is the answer. This is what I'm called to do. This is who I am. And he needed that. He needed that time alone. That's what Lent is about. You know, Jesus didn't go into the desert 40 days constantly. He only did it that one time. And then he went into different periodical times, or periodically. He would go to spend some time. But this 40 days was special. And it is for us as well. In James' letter, he writes and he says, he writes to us saying, you know, you think that temptations come from God, but temptations do not come from God. The temptations that you contend with come from the world and our own mixed up values. God only gives good and perfect gifts. And the time of Lent is to be able to discern our temptations to do bad and the gifts God has given us to do good. And then we look at the gospel in Mark. And it's interesting because, again, we see our own failings, the folly of our humanness. Because the apostles who knew Christ and saw everything, saw him multiply the loaves, saw the deaf hearing, saw the blind seeing, saw the cripple walking, are concerned because they forgot to pick up a couple loaves of bread from the grocery store. Now they're sitting there with the bread of life, who has multiplied loaves that they have seen and seen all the leftovers, and they're still wondering, oh, what are we going to do? We forgot some stupid bread. That's us. And Christ says to them, don't you get it yet? Don't you understand that you are going to be fed? Maybe not always the way that you understand, but you will be satisfied. This time of Lent is our time to recognize that we will be satisfied. There may be a mess that you got to go through, but there will always be a message in that mess. Take your time. Understand I love you and I will not leave you. This time of Lent for us is to come to this conclusion. We must be closer to God when Lent ends than we were when Lent began. We must be closer to God, more intimate with his presence, and aware of his love and his joy for us when Lent has ended. We must have a greater understanding of what our purpose is, our joys are, and our willingness to spread the good news of Jesus Christ. All of this after Lent has ended because of our Lenten journey. That is how our Lent is successful. Now, if you're going to ask me, what do I give up or any of that? I don't know, but you do. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do for this Lent. Ask God, what does he want? What does he want from you? What does he want you to do? How is Lent going to manifest itself in your life? What is the good that can be done simply because you chose to embrace a Lenten promise? I know that one of the things I will always do in order to embrace my Lenten promise is to ask that question. Lord, what are we going to do today? My friends, next weekend, I will be in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, from Sunday through Tuesday on their Lenten mission at St. Joseph's Church in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. I hope to see you there. God bless.